Hey guys, welcome back to another Budget With Us video. If you're new here, I'm Cody, this is Val, and we have been documenting our journey towards financial independence one day, hopefully, maybe. But in the meantime, we're at the phase where the ship is currently both sinking and on fire, so enjoy.
So Cody just got back from working for 3 weeks. He did some overtime, so...
Yeah, and it was a good chunk of money on the paycheck, but also still very heartbreaking to see the pay stub because friggin' taxes.
Yeah, so it is more. It's like twice as much as what we would normally have to budget, so we're thankful for that.
It's basically the equivalent to if I'd had 3 weeks of work in the month instead of just 2. And like the overtime basically doesn't factor into it. At all. It's basically just an additional paycheck, which is better than nothing.
So we're going to give ourselves spending money. I'm immediately going to move this down because we are going to cover our overspending, but I want to make sure that our overspending in our spending amounts comes out of our spending money. You can also hear Gunnar crying in the background.
Yeah, he's doing this cool thing right now where he doesn't nap anymore.
So we overspent on our groceries. And overspent a bit on gas because I thought I put 40 in there instead of 30. Overspent on the diapers and wipes because kids are expensive.
Yeah.
Freya needed clothes. We impulsively bought a toy. I have no excuse for this other than I wanted to get her a toy.
Yeah.
We've done... Okay, hold on. I'll come back to that in a second. We've actually done good on our dining out this month. I want to take a moment to congratulate us.
To be fair, I was not home for 3 weeks.
It's the 25th, so we're basically at the end of the month, and we've only spent $76 dining out this month.
And I was away for 21 of those 25 days.
High five. Yeah, and if you guys know, usually it's all at like McDonald's and Tim Hortons and stuff, but I actually did a nice dinner with Cody's brother and his girlfriend when they were over here visiting on the weekend. Nice. We did Boston pizza. It's not like it was super fancy, but it was not just like... junk food. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of us for that. All right, so now that we have our overspending covered, we'll go through and cover our bills. So daycare is due at the end of the month. And gas, we will need more gas. Same. Cody's been gone. We spent $90 in gas. Living closer to the grocery store and the daycare has been wonderful. I guess we'll put $70 in there, but I doubt we're going to use it all.
Okay.
Because we still have, what, like half a tank or something,
Yeah,
right?
something like that, yeah.
Vehicle registration. Sure, we can start building up that sinking fund. Vehicle maintenance, that's going to come out of...
We desperately need to do that.
Yeah, that's going to come out of our, whatchamacallit, savings. Okay, so... Oh, look at us, we got lots of money left. Okay, well, let's start budgeting into September, and then we'll come back to our savings things. So we will need to pay... I'm changing this because I'm now saving for this by the end of the month. Every month. Okay, so we need to pay for rent, life insurance, and tenants insurance. We could try and prepay for... I wonder how far we could prepay.
Okay.
Should we do that? Should we see how far we can go?
Yeah.
Into next month? Because we've got $2,600. YNAB makes budgeting so easy if you have your goals set up in here. Like, is there any other
prepaid
bills?
for a whole bunch of stuff.
Some of these things we'll have to prepay for. What did I click off? It's the whole month of... Okay, so maybe we'll take out, because we need food and gas. These aren't due until, the second half of the month. Okay, so we got paid again on the 9th, but the 9th is going to pay for these. And then... The nice thing is that we can always move things around if we need to. Okay, so food and groceries, you're back to 1 and 1, right? 1 week
for now, yeah.
So we'll need a little more for groceries. I'm also thinking right now I have it at $160 a week. I'm thinking we almost need like $200 a week or $180 a week.
Yeah, let's do $200.
So that means we would need $400 in here. Or we'll do $300 for now. And then gas, we gotta go back to the airport still a couple times. But I only spent $90 in all of August, so maybe $100 would be enough?
Yeah, we can try it.
Because we still have 70 here too.
At the very least, it'll get us through the first half of the month.
I guess we could do these. Man, he really does not want to sleep, hey?
Right? What is his problem?
I don't know. He's being a butt.
Yeah, he's in the background here. I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's just out there singing the songs of his people. Yeah. Let's look at the our spending money for a sec. I just want to see what I got for there.
$232.
Okay. Yeah, I can make that work.
I'm just gonna throw this remaining $550 into vehicle registration. Okay, so now we can come back up and release that savings. Normally this would actually go to a savings account, but we're trying to catch up on things right now.
Yeah, that's the thing I heard. I saw a quote the other day that was really irritated the crap out of me. It was one of those, like, you give $600 to a broke person and it goes to waste, and if you give $600 to a rich person, they turn it into thousands. And it's like, yeah, when all of your necessities are met and you're comfortable, you can do things with money. We're currently working on getting there. Leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized that we don't actually have our food category fully funded.
For this current month?
Yeah, so I'm going to come up here and finish funding that. I think because I changed the goal.
Yeah, which is fine. Whatever. It'll be there for next month if we need it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can come down I know we said we wanted to do
the car
vehicle maintenance.
Yeah, so we're long overdue on an oil change, and we noticed the other day that we're down to one headlight. Which coming home from the airport at night, I'm sure the semi that we passed on the highway was like, wow, that's the fattest motorbike I've ever seen.
You figure $150 for an oil change and
I don't know, headlights can be pretty expensive.
I think the last time I replaced a headlight, I paid like $20 for the headlight at Walmart.
Yeah,
it wasn't very much.
We'll probably have to do both of the headlights though.
Why? We only did one the last time.
I don't know. I'd rather over budget than. Yeah, it's
hard
to shave there.
So do you want me to put 200 then instead of 150?
Yeah.
Okay, and then clothing. We got the kids the clothing that we needed. I need pants, and you need some stuff too, right?
Yeah, I need some things.
Do you want to take that out of spending money, or do we want to budget for that separately? Actually, a big chunk of this is going to the office furniture.
Yeah.
So we have $79 left, so we could buy Freya's daycare mat, or we could put it into clothing. Or my birthday fund.
Let's do your birthday fund. Because it's baby girl's birthday here right away.
On Monday.
Yeah.
We don't have to put all of it in there. Like, we don't even know what we want to do for my birthday.
Babe, it's $80. It's nothing.
I know.
Just put it in the birthday fund.
But I'm like, what about...
Stop arguing with me.
But what about Freya's...
I am the man in this house.
But what about Freya's daycare mat?
She'll be fine with the blanket she's currently using.
I think the office furniture is actually only going to be $240. So we could do both.
Okay.
We'll see. Oh, I have an odd amount of cents left. Plus 0.45. Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
So what do we have left for? We're just gonna sneak in there.
Yeah.
Next month.
Now that I've worked that extra week and gotten just absolutely violated on taxes, largely against my will, but it is what it is. Basically, the way I was looking at it, we've been living life up until this point in a state of like the bill is due, and then the money that covers it comes in on the following check. So by working that extra week, we got to where the money comes in and is immediately due on bills. So like at least we're breaking even now. We're still living paycheck to paycheck, but we're no longer behind. We've been, for the last little while, constantly borrowing money to, get us through the following week, and then we get paid and pay the money back, and we're just constantly shortfalling a little bit. But now we're breaking even. We no longer got to borrow money just to pay it back a week later. So perfect. We're in a spot now where we can slowly begin saving a little bit at a time and building up some of these slush funds. And this job is pretty okay with people mucking their shifts around. And a lot of times if someone on cross shift wants a week off for whatever reason, I have the opportunity to pick up their shift without missing any of mine. Essentially doing another 3-week shift, which I have everything I need up in camp to do that. It's not like, I only bring 7 days of supplies with me and I'm up the creek if they're gone. So I can do that pretty spontaneously if we need to. Ideally, before the end of the year, I would get to do another 2, maybe 3 21-day shifts, which is trying, but whatever. But doing that would set us up in a very happy financial spot. But we'll see. For the time being, it was a good move. It's helped us out quite a bit. And now, as long as we can keep from being impulsive financially, which we should be able to do with predictable spending money, because it's not like I have to put off X expense indefinitely. I have to put it off until next week.
And some of you might be wondering, like, if you guys are living paycheck to paycheck and if you're behind on your bills, why are you allocating money to spending money? And that's a psychological thing, just like what Cody said. Impulsive spending comes from a really restrictive budget.
We bought in really hard to, if you're in the personal finance space, you've heard Gordon Ramsay's beans and rice. Dave Ramsay's, yes. I'm sure Gordon Ramsay does wicked beans and rice.
I bet he does.
But you've heard the beans and rice and beans, gazelle intensity. If if you've
scorched earth.
Yeah, scorched earth. If you're in a bind, no measure is too extreme. Which I agree with to an extent. But at the end of the day, if spending, $500 a year on Starbucks is the difference between homeless and thriving, like, something else needs to change. That's not the problem. And for us, largely, when we did do scorched earth, we were, we had the bare minimum $1,000 emergency fund, and everything we made went to debt. We'd square up the credit card, put a couple $100 on the car, something would happen, and then we'd have to rack up the credit cards again because we only had $1,000 in our emergency fund.
Or we'd pay off a lot of debt, and then we would get really resentful, and then we would we'd get frivolously.
We'd get to a point where the debt was gone, and then we're like, okay, well, we've been putting off all this stuff. We need new tires on the car. We need an oil change. We need headlights. Cody needs new shoes. Val needs new clothes. Cody needs work boots. We need this. We need that. We need this. We need that. Next thing we know, all the money's gone. So we feel very strongly that we'd have been far better off, and honestly probably out of debt and thriving by now, even in the miserable shit show of an income situation that we've had over the last 5 or 10 years. We'd be much farther ahead if we'd have just been moderate in all things.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Instead of hard and fast.
Yes, exactly.
But that's just our perspective on things.
Yeah.
Regardless, after the last few months that we've had and the whirlwind that we've been through, I feel so much better seeing that, like, we're not at the end of the month yet, and we're going into September prepaying a lot of our things. That brings me a lot of peace of mind. Yeah,
because like I said, up until last week, rent was due on the 1st, and the check that covered it came in on the 15th of that month, not the month before.
Yeah, we were very behind. So
things are looking good now. We're very happy with it. And I think we'll leave you guys here.
Yeah.
So
you got to do your outro.
Yeah.
People miss you when you don't do it.
It's outro time. So, guys, if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it twice. Remember to subscribe if you found entertainment or value in what we're doing. Ring the bell, because we're pretty inconsistent with these.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hit the little ding so that you get notifications when we do these, because the paycheck situation is kind of hit or miss. So we don't always do videos consistently, but if you ring the bell, you'll find out when we do. But other than that, I think we'll leave you here, guys. So thanks for coming along. We love you very much. And is it payday yet?
Bye.
Bye.